Hey guys, how we doing? Or should I say, how we jagging, alright? That probably doesn't make any sense to you right now, and even once it gets explained, it probably still won't make any sense. But hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be looking at watching, reacting, whatever you want to call it, to what is like genuinely one of my favorite TV shows now. And yes, I've probably said that like a million times before, but this time, I'm being serious. Like, you can ask anyone I know and they can tell you that I have genuinely been binge watching this show. Like, I don't know who controls the YouTube account, but they've been uploading new episodes of this show like every day, and it's just such an amazing, I'm speechless. So the show is called Change of Heart. You probably haven't heard of it because this show randomly came into my recommended one day and I decided to watch it because I was just like so bored. And let me tell you, watching this show was like actually one of the best decisions I've ever made. Now, before we go any further, if you're new around here, alright, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hate having to say that at the beginning of a video, but you know, every YouTuber has to basically, so I'll just join the train. But so yeah, this show is called Change of Heart, and let's just start with the host, alright? It is hosted by one of the just like best all around human beings I've ever seen. The behemoth of a man himself, Chris Jagger. And similar to the name of the show, if you're like me, that name probably means nothing to you. Because, like, I remember when I first started watching the show, I was like, who is this guy? Like, he's just some nobody. You know, normally in game shows, they try to get, like, a celebrity or something to host it, but Change of Heart was just like, no, we got Chris Jagger. Yeah, thank you for your application here, Mr. Tom Cruise. We see, you know, you're very qualified, you know, a huge celebrity, you've done lots of work, but let me just keep it real with you, alright? We got this guy out back, he sold us a pack of cigarettes, he seems like a pretty cool guy, his name's Chris Jagger. I think we're gonna go with him, but thank you for coming in for the interview. Like, I'm so curious if they picked Chris Jagger because they had no one else, or if they just genuinely liked the guy that much. Like, dude, his IMDb page is just a still image from this show. Chris Jagger has done nothing else before. He was on, like, the Jamie Foxx show, but that was, like, as a guest appearance as the host of Change of Heart. So, like, this guy has literally done no other TV, like, work before, and I'm here for it. I am the biggest Chris Jagger fan now. Remember how I said I'm gonna put a picture of like Sal and Howie behind me? Yeah, we might have to get a picture of Chris Jagger as well. But with all that being said, let's just get into the show now, alright? I'm gonna let Chris explain it because I couldn't do it justice.
She's more than a girlfriend.
She's a stalker. She goes through my garbage.
What are you talking about?
And that's not his only complaint.
It's her voice.
What are you talking about?
So, what happens when Change of Heart sets her up on a blind date?
While he was in the shower, I went looking around his room.
With a guy who likes her voice.
As long as she didn't go like this. On the date, I'd be fine.
Meanwhile, his blind date
Your belly button is showing.
had nothing to hide.
I like to take things to the extreme.
Will they have a change of heart?
Okay, hold on a second. I completely forgot that there's like a 30-second intro to every episode, and you're probably just as confused as I am right now, if not more. So like the intro of the show never really introduces like what the show is. It just takes a bunch of random clips, and some of the clips they take aren't even in the actual episode. Like, they just put it in the intro, which is amazing. And like, what's with all the like sound effects and stuff too? We set her up on a blind date, and he didn't like it. But now Chris Jagger will explain what the show is about.
Hi, I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached the crossroads in their relationship.
Okay, sorry, I promise after this we'll get like a good 30 seconds with no cuts, but like, come on, how could you not love Chris Jagger? Look at that face. It's got the face only a mother could love.
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached the crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet those dates later, but right now let's meet our couple.
Alright, so there we have it. If you somehow didn't understand Chris Jagger, I will try to explain it again, even though let's be real here, my explanation won't even be nearly as good as Chris's. But so the show takes a couple where they're like, you know, having issues, they don't really know if it's gonna work out, and the couple agrees to go on a blind date with someone else. It's kind of interesting though that like, the show doesn't need both people's approval. Like most episodes, you'll just hear Chris. He'll be like, so Jesse, we heard you want to go on a blind date. Your boyfriend, he can kick rocks. We don't care if he wants to go on a blind date. Normally only one person that ever wants to do it, but they do it anyways. It's great. But so then we meet the couple, we meet the people they went on dates with, they talk about the dates, and then at the end they reveal if they're going to stay together with their original partner or if they've had a change of heart. And yes, the first time I watched the show, I was like, this is so stupid. You know, who would want to do this? But let me tell you, it makes for some great TV.
She's into aerobics, and he's into karaoke. They've been dating for 5 months now. Please welcome Cooper Gillespie and Larry Wine. Larry, they like that karaoke.
Okay, yeah, and did you catch that? Because, like, the number one thing that I've noticed on this show is that the couples have never been together for that long. Like, okay, yes, 5 months, it's a good amount of time. You know, that's about half a year. But, like, in my mind, it's like, if you've only been with someone for 5 months and you're already, like, questioning if it's gonna work, like, it's only gonna get worse from there. Or at the very least, I don't think that, like, a blind date is the way to solve your relationship problems, but, hey, I'm no Chris Jagger, alright? Clearly, he's got a formula that works.
Now, you guys are here today because you're not sure if you're really meant to be together, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Cooper, tell us how Larry compares to some of the other guys you've gone out with.
He's the exact opposite, actually. Usually I go out with more the dumb jock that has no personality, and he's all personality, all humor, but I don't know, it's always different.
So, Larry, tell us, since you're a little bit different, what you did on the first date.
Well, the first date, we just had a typical dinner out, but I ended up getting her back to my place and,
Okay.
played a little game of strip poker.
So that's kind of like, you know, the idea of the show. We got Larry, which, let me tell you, superstar name, by the way. Like, anyone that has the name Larry is just instantly, like, an all-star. But let's keep going.
Besides strip poker, what does Larry like to do?
Okay, he's totally into porn. He's into, he's totally into, like, internet porn.
I love how, like, you know, Chris was just like, okay, yeah, you know, other than, like, your first date, like, what do you guys like to do? You know, what is Larry into? You know, most people would probably be like, oh, he's into, like, sports, you know, he's into cars. But instead, she's just like, no, he's into porn. Like, what is a more, like, humiliating thing that you could, like, just broadcast to national television right away?
He logged onto the internet with my dad's password and got all this porn information sent to my father.
Oh, that's
and then
good.
My father was like, no, he wants to make a videotape of us having sex, but I totally do not want to do that because like, you never know where something like that's gonna ever end up.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it could end up on the internet with everybody
exactly,
watching.
exactly.
No, I just want for my own personal collection.
Oh,
Alright, so we're like 2 minutes in. I'm already getting like scumbag vibes from this guy. I'm sorry, you know, I said Larry's an all-star. I take it back already. No, trust me, like I'm not a dick or anything. I just want to record us so then I can, like, you know, compare it to the other stuff. Like that's all. I'm not gonna, like, you know, post it or anything. That'd be crazy.
Hey, tell me about Cooper. Is there something that drives you nuts about it? Drives you
Yeah,
up the wall?
it's her voice. I mean, just the
Oh,
way,
what?
yeah, the way
What are you
she's
talking about?
She's always. That's my case. She's always screaming. I mean, on the phone, you can't talk to her on the phone. I can put the phone down and, like, walk away and still have a full conversation with her, like, from the other room.
Cooper, does Larry tease you a little bit in your relationship?
Tease me?
Tease,
yeah,
yeah.
He's a mean teaser. He's always, like, he says things like,
come on.
No, he says things like, if you'd have to run 1,000,000 miles to lose all that weight. He says, like, just today, he said, who's fatter, you or your sister?
Yeah, dude, Larry, kick rocks. I'm already against you. I was on your team like 30 seconds ago, but you have quickly lost me. So yeah, that's how the show goes. Like the first little bit, you know, it's always the couple talking. They always like argue. It's pretty funny. But let's move ahead to when we meet their dates because that's when the show like just explodes. It gets so much better.
Please welcome Chris Thomas. Hello, Chris. Good to see you. Hey, how are you? You know Cooper? And Larry, we'll start with you. What do you think of Chris?
You know, just get out of the army.
What? Larry, that's your diss? I bet you just got back from Iraq. I bet you've been saving lives and like doing a huge service cause. Like, what a loser. Like, okay, sick burn, Larry. What else you got up your sleeve?
And Cooper, I guess more importantly, since you dated the guy, what did you think of him when you first met him?
I thought he was it was great. I mean, I was so impressed by, like, he's a triathlete, or he's training to be a triathlete, and it was like my first time going on a date with somebody who we went right, and I loved his jawline and his mouth. I thought he was really attractive. So.
Okay, and Chris, were you happy with Cooper?
Oh yeah, she looked great, and she looked really great. She was a little taller than I'm used to, but after looking at him, she's probably about a little taller than he is, actually, so it's all right.
Cooper, what was the first thing that you and your date decided to do?
Well, first we went running, and I guess this was a date at first for me because I'd never gone running. Larry won't run with me, so we went running down on the boardwalk. It was my first time running with a marathon runner, and it was my first time feeling so comfy on a first date.
Okay. And Chris?
Trade offer. You can either have guy that might be in the army, likes to run, seems like a good guy, or Larry, calls you fat. That's basically all you need to know. I'm like, yeah, okay, the huge, like, flaw with the show is that, like, you have to rely on someone, like, breaking up just over one date, which, like, you can't compare an entire relationship to one date, like, obviously. So, like, yes, the show does have one huge flaw, but, you know, other than that, I mean, hey, you can get, like, a good feel for someone on a first date. It's just, you know, obviously a first date, you're gonna be, like, a lot more talkative and, like, a lot more fun than when you've been with someone for, like, you know, 5 months in this case. But let's continue.
Cooper, was there some point when you guys realized that you were first compatible? You know?
Well, I think it was after the run. We went back to his place so he could shower and I could shower. And while he was in the shower, no, not together, but while he was in the shower, I went looking around his room, and there were little, like, kindergarten books and kids' things, and I just thought...
See, already she's going through your stuff.
No, I
Cooper.
I just thought that it's like he's so respectable, like it's a respectable position that he's in, being a teacher, and the way he was talking about women when we were running and stuff, he really respects them.
Now, Chris, one of the...
Okay. At first, when she was, like, talking about how he has, like, kindergarten books, I was like, But if he's a teacher, we're all good. So I add that to the trade offer, all right? Teacher, Larry, still calling you fat.
Now, Chris, one of the things that Larry was complaining about was Cooper's hygiene. Did she definitely shower?
Oh yeah, she totally showered. The only thing she didn't do, she didn't clean her hair, but she did have this is kind of a funny story, actually.
Oh, no.
She's really, like, was worried about her hair. It was so funny. She grabs this bottle of horse shampoo or something like that.
Horse shampoo.
It's just, like, for hairs and stuff, and I told her it was fine, you know. She said it helps her hair out and everything. I told her it was fine.
To make it healthy.
Yeah, as long as she just didn't do... Yeah, as long as she
My
didn't do...
grandmother told me it's a trick. You use horse shampoo for your...
Oh, well, it was fine with me as long as she didn't go like this on the day. That'd be fine.
Yeah, she was pretty clean. Like, you know, her hair, like, she had, like, a dead rat in her hair, but, like, you know, it happens, so... But so, yeah, like, you see, you know, them kind of go back and forth, that kind of thing. You can always see just, like, the jealousy of the opposite person when, like, they're talking to the date.
Cooper, there were a lot of firsts, obviously, on this date. Were there any seconds?
Okay, well, it was the second time I'd had this easy cheese whiz stuff since I was like 12 years old, but it was the first time that I'd ever used it like that.
Like that? Like what? Like what, Cooper?
I don't know, you know, smearing it around, licking it up, whatever.
Chris, this is back at your place now at this point?
Yeah, it was just...
Getting crazy with the cheese whiz.
That's so awkward. That's always, like, the most awkward part about this show, because, like, I feel like most of these couples kind of have, like, an agreement that, like, yeah, you know, we'll go on this date, just don't have sex with the person. So, like, when it comes out that something like that did happen, it's always just... I get goosebumps just from watching it.
And now we're going to meet the woman that Larry dated. Please welcome Michelle Wells.
She's, beautiful. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say.
So is she, though.
You see, whenever they bring the date out, you only ever see two reactions on this show. Haha, yeah, I'm super uncomfortable right now. Or, I can't stand that person. I'm gonna do something bad after the show. I know it. They're not even gonna see it coming. Like, just the amount of jealousy that you see on the other person's face is always just priceless from this show.
Michelle, tell us about the plans for the night then with you and Larry.
We went to an Italian restaurant because it's my favorite food, and there was a wait, so we went for a walk and just joked, held hands.
Yeah, she's got nice, dry hands, unlike Cooper, clammy.
What? Yeah, she's got those nice, like crocodile hands, you know, like no moisture whatsoever. I've never heard someone, like, want dry hands before. I guess it makes sense. Like, yeah, you wouldn't want to hold a wet hand, but, like, you wouldn't want to hold a... This is pointless. It's just weird.
Fun.
Did it at some point turn into romance?
Yeah, we went out to Santa Monica, and he wanted to take me on the Ferris wheel, but it was closed. So we ended up walking around, and he got me some bubbles, so we're blowing bubbles, and then...
Oh, my God.
Cooper, wasn't that fun? That just sounds like
That
you're
was
rolling
fun.
your eyes.
They're
Cooper.
Well, he gave me a
For each other.
massage, too. He came up really close.
Oh, my...
Bubbles? Get out of here. What is he, 5? This show is just like jealousy, just completely balled up until it gets to the point where it just bursts. It's amazing.
She went into the liquor store. She's like, I gotta get you something. So she went in and she picked out a porno magazine. And the girl on the cover was identical to her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she signed it.
What? So let me get this straight. You go on a first date, okay. You go to a restaurant, have a great time. Then you go down to a boardwalk, you know, having a great time. Again, you want to go on the Ferris wheel. And then after you go to the liquor store to buy a dirty magazine? I can't say the full word because, like, you know, YouTube might demonetize me, but I'm trying to think of what I would be thinking if I was in that situation. And I think, like, you know, her buying the magazine is weird enough, let alone buying one that looks like her and then she signs it? I don't know, dude. I don't even know what I'd do. I'd have to leave, I think.
The night's going along pretty good, you know, for the most part. Any snags come up along the way?
The only thing is, towards the end of the evening, we were going to go to a club, and he was underdressed, so we couldn't get in.
That's how you know you had a great date. So how'd your date with Larry go? You know, did you have a good time? Like, what was it good? It was okay. You know, it was alright. So now we're gonna go to when they reveal if they're going to stay together or break up. The best part of the show. I can't wait.
Welcome back to Change Your Heart. We're now at the moment of truth. During the break, Cooper and Larry each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Larry, we asked you earlier about coming on the show, and you felt that the two of you needed to go around the block a couple of times more to see if whether or not you were right for each other. You said you wanted to date somebody with better hygiene, maybe a little better voice, and certainly more into your pornography thing there. And you got that with Michelle, so, but you do have some history with Cooper. What's your decision?
Well, Cooper, you know, we've had a great relationship, and it's been nice. That date I had with Michelle here, you know, it'd be nice to try something new. But I think we could start out fresh, me and Cooper, so we're gonna stay together.
Okay. Larry, I think you could probably work on your speaking a little bit. I don't think any of that really made sense as to why you would stay together, but hey, you know, fair enough. Let's see what Cooper says.
Cooper, your turn now. You said you wanted to date a guy that wasn't really into pornography like Larry. You know, somebody that wasn't bragging about his past conquests, and no mean teasing like Larry that you had to put up with. Now, you ended up with a guy with Chris, who is a kindergarten teacher and has got a lot of nice things going on. You had a really good date. You went running and had a good time. But Larry does want to stay with you, so it's your decision. What do you say?
Well, Chris is a great guy, and I had a good time with him. And Larry, I feel like I like you so much, but there's some basic things that my needs are not getting met. So I'm gonna have a change of heart.
Change of heart.
No. Larry just took the fattest L ever on TV. And this is literally why I picked this episode. Like, normally, you know, when they say change of heart, they're like respectful about it, that kind of thing. Not Cooper. They just start making out in front of the guy. Oh, I couldn't imagine. Like, and like Larry was the one that wanted to be on the TV show. So like, yeah, okay, I guess he got what he deserved. But like, imagine not only getting rejected on national television, but then the person that rejects you makes out with a different guy right in front of your face. But no, you know what, Larry, we already know this. Larry's a scumbag. He got what he deserved.
Chris, it sounds like you guys are much more compatible, so good luck. Larry, you get around. I don't think you're going to have a problem, buddy. Good luck. And Michelle, thank you. That's our show for today. Thanks to Larry and Michelle. Good luck to Cooper and Chris. And we'll see you here next time on Change of Heart.
And just like that, Chris Jagger, he gives his blessing, and they ride off into the sunset. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I really like this show. I've, like, genuinely been watching, like, basically every episode that comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Like, these episodes only get like 100 to like 300 views, so I don't think this show is very popular, but I genuinely enjoy it and I wanted to show you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, I guess. You know, I don't know how long it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be pretty long already. Normally when I do this kind of stuff, I like to look at, like, you know, snippets from different episodes, but this time I thought it'd be better if we just sat down, watch a full episode, and just see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another couple weeks. Don't worry, Chris Jagger. I'm gonna change that 5.2 on IMDb to a solid 5.3.